Good morning from Glasgow on this rather grey Friday morning. The periodic spitting of rain. The sky is spitting on me this morning. So good morning. How are you today? Had a really beautiful dancing experience this morning. I had heard about this woman who's been in a coma for, golly, had to be 5 years now. I thought, oh gosh, that's quite an extraordinary thing. And so I thought, I'm going to dance for her. Don't know her. I just heard about her, and I thought, thinking about what that means and all the rest. And the word coma derives from Greek meaning deep sleep. That's as much as I could get. It's not much there for it. And from what I could find, although my research is very limited, mind you, when people awake from comas, they don't feel, regardless of how the length of time, if they come back to this reality, shared reality, then they generally feel like they've just been sleeping. They don't have any sense of time passing. That's part of the trauma of reintegrating back into the world, especially depending upon the length of time they've been in a coma. And so I was thinking about that because I don't know if this woman will come back here or go to the next level of existence, but I was thinking about this thing about sleeping and how wonderful it is to have a good night's sleep and a comforting sleep. When one sleeps, you want it to be, you know, there's nothing worse than having a restless night's sleep. So I think there's this morning. I think there's this thing of wishing, you know, a restful sleep. So I dance that for, you know, out of comfort and energy of that. But it's interesting because, you know, on a metaphysical level, sometimes we talk about having awakenings in our lives, and it doesn't take being a quote-unquote vegetable in the hospital in order for us to kind of be awakened to a new reality, or kind of like all of a sudden, oh my gosh, I can't believe I didn't see that before. And so I think, you know, for me, I was also dancing for the awakening as well, I guess, the general awakening. When I was in Peru, I think I've probably mentioned this story before, we were doing the Machu Picchu trail, or the Inca trail at Machu Picchu, around Machu Picchu, and part of the reason it's so difficult and you have to be absolutely mindful is that it absolutely awakens your body, because all of your senses have to become absolutely present. That's why a lot of athletes and like physical activity, extreme physical activity, will bring you to this. And Wilaru, who was the Inca priest that I was traveling around with, he said that in the way it's kind of like it's a way for the body to experience shock. And there are external shocks that we know of if we've experienced them ourselves, if there are other people. Somebody has a car accident and all of a sudden they wake up and they say, what have I been doing all this time? Somewhat, usually it's traumatic sorts of physical experiences, near-death experiences, that people come back from that and they are significantly changed. And there's no concrete reason for that, except that what was explained to me is this idea that it is kind of like you're realigned to your purpose, as it were. And unfortunately, sometimes we have to work ourselves to death, or or to the death of that life, I suppose, in order to come to that remembering of who we are. Because I was thinking about that too yesterday, and it was, you know, I've been babysitting for these lovely girls, and, you know, we focus a lot on, and I work a lot with kids who are out of alignment and who have had to deal with a lot of stresses in their lives that children shouldn't. And these 2 wee girls are just, you know, bright and positive, and they have such confidence and expressive and creative and loving and generous. And I think there's something in focusing on, you know, the things in the world that are right as well. Too often we focus on the things that are wrong. So what is it that those girls are doing, or their parents are doing, that's in their environment that supports them in being these absolutely wonderful, wonderful children who I'm thrilled to witness growing up, and can imagine they'll be very vibrant adults, and how much better the world is for that. So I think this idea of coma and sleeping and what I was dancing for is whilst it was for this woman, and that was the initiative, and I did very much dance for her, it also extended into these other areas of life. So I have a meeting. I'm going to go now, but I hope you have a good day, and I'll be back here tomorrow. Kelsey, please have a good one. Bye.